Welcome to the next episode 3 of the Fit for Any Battle podcast. It has been a week after my first chemotherapy treatment, and I have to say, it's going great. I feel fantastic compared to what I thought I was going to feel like. And I have to tell you, exercise. It is the way to get through this thing. Now, the first week of chemotherapy, I did 2 bike rides. This week, I did 2 bike rides as well. And I have to say that the bike rides have been helping with incontinence issues dramatically. Last week, I probably peed 60 times in an hour when we were at a halfway point with the bike ride. This week did not have any of those issues. I was shocked. And I believe it's because by working out and using those leg muscles in the way that the bike does and seated on the bike, it's strengthening all of those lower pelvic muscles, including the Kegels that we're using to help keep our continence high. Anyway, up next, we are going to talk about Neulasta and all the fun things that come along with that. The sponsor for today's Fit for Any Battle podcast is Feelalytics. With Feelalytics, I can generate different versions of video content, have a select group of people review it, and give me real-time feedback on which parts of it work and which don't to determine which content to publish for my podcast. With Feelalytics, it saves me tons of time on production and other costs because I know which content works for which people. So, go today to Feelalytics.com and check it out. So, let's talk about Neulasta. Neulasta is a medical device that I had them place it on my belly, and it injects a needle into you. It wasn't until after I removed Neulasta that I realized that the needle that is injected into you is a little plastic one, and it's a little flippity-floppity, and after it's done, it does not go back into the machine. It just kind of stays in you until you take it out. So when you peel off this very difficult sticker material, I would recommend peeling it off from the back because then the needle that's pointed out front just pops right out. It's no problem. Now, that's not the big deal with Neulasta. Oh no, there's some things they don't tell you about that you should really know about. So a few days after the Neulasta shot, not right away, but 3 to 4 days after that Neulasta shot, it felt like a boa constrictor had wrapped itself around my body and squeezed as hard as it could because every single bone in my body hurt, as if it was squeezed, then let go, then squeezed again, then let go. And this pulsing sensation of pain was about every 2 to 3 seconds and lasted about 4 hours. I was waiting for it to go. So I finally called Texas Oncology's overnight number. The doctor talked to me at about 3 a.m. and said, okay, let's get you on 600 milligrams of Motrin, because I already take a Claritin a day, and Claritin is supposed to help with Neulasta bone pain. Oh, no, it doesn't. The 200 milligram Motrin, after about 30 minutes, finally helped it, and I was able to get back to sleep. And they said it's going to be basically 24 hours of this constant bone pain unless I manage it with either Tylenol or Motrin. So I had to use Motrin throughout the day. And 24 hours later, I still had just as much pain as I did the night before, to the point where I could barely speak. For those of you that are dealing with Neulasta bone pain or are going to have a Neulasta after each chemotherapy treatment, please make sure that you have plenty of Motrin and Tylenol on hand. And the moment you get a whiff that the Neulasta bone pain is coming, take the Motrin. Trust me on that. After about 36 hours, the bone pain went away, and I've been fine ever since. And this week, I've gone on 2 bike rides as well. So I'm hitting the gym most days of the week. I'm biking, and man, that biking exercise, I cannot recommend it enough. If you're in Austin and it's a Thursday or a Wednesday and you have nothing to do in the evening and you got a great bike, ping me and we'll go biking together with my group. Up next, we're going to talk about Cialis. Fun stuff. The sponsor for today's Fit for Any Battle podcast is Update Everyone. Going through cancer treatment has been really tough. Keeping everybody in my support group updated has all of its own challenges. With Update Everyone, they assign me a telephone number, and I send a simple text message to that phone number with an update on how things are going. They then send it to every single person in my support group without me having to do a thing. No more Twitter messages, no more Instagram messages, no more Facebook messages, no more Facebook posts, not even a simple SMS to every single person on my support group. So with Update Everyone, I send one message and I get back to healing. You can too. Go to updateeveryone.com. All right, so let's talk about Cialis. Because they removed my prostate and because half of the nerves on my prostate that led up to my pecker region, we'll call it, were removed, they're concerned that the other nerves are just a little pissed off. So they're giving me Cialis to help keep up the blood flow in that area with the hopes that things will improve. And I've been on Cialis for, I guess, 4 or 5 days now, and I've noticed a bit of a difference. So even if they tell you, hey, there's nothing really we can do here, get the Cialis. It's going to help because I was pretty surprised that there was some movement down there the other day. Anyway, I know it's kind of fun stuff to talk about, but let me get you back to the cautions that I would caution somebody that is going through chemotherapy treatment for this type of cancer. First off, we learned a ton during the pandemic. We learned how to wash our hands, keep masks on, socially distance, all that good stuff. And it seems like we kind of just lost all that stuff. My doctor said that because of the chemotherapy treatment, I need to keep myself safe. And what that means is if folks come over to the house, we have this huge, basically from the living room into the backyard, there's this massive door that is all made of glass that you slide back, and it goes into like 3 or 4 pieces and opens up the backyard into the house as if it's just part of the outdoors. So I can have people over for that, but I can't go to offices. So they're saying that I can't go to the office for work, or if I have to go meet with an attorney, or I have to go, do just about anything that requires me to go to an office to kind of stay clear of that. So that means more home office for me. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will be back to you next week, which should be the best week ever since chemo. So stay tuned for that. Thanks. Thanks for listening to today's Fit for Any Battle podcast. Prostate cancer is no joke. And each week, I'm going to be giving you a quick look into the world of how it goes for treatment and recovery. So don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button to get those weekly updates.